Welcome to the Idaho Business Podcast, the only Idaho podcast focused on providing profits for Idaho people. If you love our state and love small business, you are in the right place. We interview local legends, learn business, and have way too much fun doing it. You're listening to the Idaho Business Podcast with your friend, host, and all-around great guy and owner of New Clean Commercial Cleaning, Spencer Ward.
All right, everyone, I'm back again. Let's get to it. We're sponsored by New Clean Commercial Cleaning. If you call 208-254-7070 and say you heard about them on the podcast, they will give you a free sterilization for your office, no strings attached. Give them a call. Say you heard about them on the podcast. Say Spencer mentioned them. Anyways, I thought about this topic throughout the weekend and just talking to friends, talking to different business owners. I know I've covered it before, but I thought it'd be a good one to cover again. Just the power of positive thinking and having that positive mindset as we go throughout our days, our weeks, our years, our months. I was listening to a podcast with Brad Lee. The guy's a forward thinker. And he was talking to a gentleman and he said, you know what if I gave you $1 million today? Would you feel great? And he said, yeah, I'd feel great. I'd be super appreciative of it. And Brad said, of course you would. What if I gave you $10 million though today and said that you can have this money, but there would be no tomorrow. You would wake up no more. And he said, well, no, I wouldn't want that. So he said, well, there you go. You're saying your life just by waking up the next day is worth more than $10 million. And I like that outlook, because we think of it different ways. And just by waking up, you got to remember you're having a good day. We're having a good day just because we woke up, we have the blessing of waking up. We have, maybe we're not at the exact point we want to be at professionally. We're not at the exact point we want to be at physically. We're not the exact point we want to be at maybe spiritually, or mentally, however you're judging yourself at that day or that moment, you're awake and you get to choose to fight another day, and you get the opportunity to build yourself and your kingdom another day. So that's what I really wanted to focus on today, is the power of positive thinking. Bradley also said a positive mind will take you anywhere you want to go. And, I know it sounds, kind of canned, but it is so true. How many of us know those people that are, hey, how you doing today? What's going on? Well, I'm fine. Well, let me tell you, or before I get on to that person, that person that's, I'm fine or whatever, it's okay, or you have the person that's like, well, my dog died last night. My nothing just goes right in their life, the way that they explain their day or their month or their week. It just seems like it is just horrible the way that they present themselves to you. But then you also know those people that are just always upbeat. And do you naturally feel yourself gravitating more towards those type of people? Because they're contagious. You want to be around more positive influences because it makes you want to be more positive, makes you want to go and conquer the world because you're seeing someone else do it. And I think that's crucial. Whereas you have these other people that are just, Debbie Downers and people that are just, I can't do this and this because of this. I'll never be successful because of this X, Y, and Z. That's garbage. We all have our times. We all have our moments that we're just like, I wish this day would pass. This is not my favorite day, especially as business leaders, business owners. We can't expect every one of our days to be, fantastic. We can't expect, our all month long just to be on cloud nine, but if we understand that there's going to be, give or take about 10% of every month of things that we have to do or things that we have to go through that aren't going to be pleasant or aren't going to be our most favorite things to deal with, and it stays around that realm, that's just business life. That's just how it is. So get used to it. But if it starts to creep up and that number starts to become 20%, 30%, 40%, then you got to realize, okay, who am I spending time around? Who is in my company that is bringing this negativity in and just throwing it at my lap? What is going on? And that's one thing we work on in my companies is we talk about protecting each other's from negativity when issues come up, because every company has problems, right? I don't care if you're in the banking industry. I don't care if you're in the construction industry. I don't care, white collar, blue collar, your companies are not perfect, correct? If you're in the banking industry, guarantee one of your tellers are going to deposit into the wrong account. And it's going to be a, fiasco once in a while. You're going to have a ticked off customer. If you're going to construction industry, you're going to have something that, maybe the eave didn't get at the right angle, or it doesn't drain the right way that the customer wants. I don't care. I'm not a construction guy, but you're going to have something that you're going to, people are just not going to be completely ecstatic about what you're doing. So understanding that, businesses aren't perfect, that helps you understand that, hey, we're all in this together. We all are going to have these moments. So number one, give each other a little bit of slack, because we don't judge each other as if your company is perfect. And number two, know that you can move forward, knowing that you can, improve your systems if there are things that are faulting, and if things are systematized and things are running good, know that, it's that 10%. There's that 10% of imperfection, human error, all that kind of stuff that you're going to have to expect here and there. That's huge. So when we're going through those type of things, you got to remember we're going to have issues in this life. We're going to have problems. So when we're dealing with all this kind of stuff and it's blowing up in our face and we feel like, oh heck, this is not the day, just remember, hey, it's no big deal. We're alive. We have this problem, but we got to remember, is it going to matter, 5 minutes from now? Is it going to matter 5 years from now? And that really helps you understand the frame where you should be handling this within the severity level. Back to your employees and back to your teams that you're managing, or the company you're owning, you really should talk to them about, hey, when a problem comes up, or we like to call them opportunities to blow our customer socks off, because we don't like to call them problems. They're just opportunities to blow our customer socks off. How do we want to handle them? Do we want X, Y, and Z managers to come and just regurgitate that problem at my front step and just say, here, boss, fix it? Or do I want to have the people that I pay good money to use their minds and say, hey, this is the opportunity we have to blow our customers' socks off. This is how I think we're going to do it. I think this is going to be the best route forward. What do you think? Having that brought to your desk instead of, we deposited X amount of money into the wrong customer's account, and that customer came and pulled his money out. He was so upset about this. And then that customer heard about this customer, and then they got in a fist fight. And then, so what would you rather have brought to your desk? A problem that was well thought out and you had a solution to, or do you have employees and teams that come and say, regurgitate this problem right onto your front desk? That's where they have to protect you from negativity. You have to protect them from negativity. So when you get a complaint from the top down, someone emails you or something directly to the owner, directly to you as the manager, whatever it is, you don't go back and just, read them the riot act. You also say, hey, this is what was sent to me. Help me understand what's going on here. And, keep a level head on that kind of stuff, and know that, hey, this isn't the end of the world. Hopefully this falls within that 10% range. And sometimes it does feel like, there is weeks that you're like, man, it feels like everything is falling on this week, that nothing can go right this week. Things like that happen. Just know that any company has those situations. People quit. People get upset sometimes. Customers are hard to please at times. But those are fleeting moments. Things will improve. So remember those things as we're going forward, and we're trying to think positive. So as we're trying to stay positive, just remember that when you hear bad news, it doesn't mean the entire world is bad, and that you're never going to experience goodness again. Because I know there's so many times that you're like, oh my gosh, you hear this and this and this, and you're just thinking, what else can go wrong today? And then you're just inviting that negativity in. So just remember, positivity can help so much more than just your company. There's health benefits. There's so much benefits to your personal life. It'll help your stress. It'll help lower the risk of your depression. It'll even help you resist the common cold and stuff like that by strengthening your immune system. It'll decrease the risk of heart attacks and heart disease, lower your blood pressure. It'll help you be better problem solving, be better at adapting to change. You'll be better at creative thinking, and you'll have less mood swings. And then all in that together, you'll be a stronger leader. But just by keeping a more positive mindset. So really, when your managers and team come to you with this, the world is burning down mentality, say, let's break that down. Let's go through this together, team. Is the world really burning down, or is it just X, Y, and maybe G that are being affected? Or maybe it's just X, but X seems like it's a big deal right now. Let's just write it down. And as you break it down and reverse engineer it, then they realize, wow, what I'm making out to be a super huge problem isn't really that big. These things come around here and there. We've dealt with this type of situation before. We can deal with it again. So just know, just by taking a deep breath and going through that practice will help everyone calm down and be able to keep their level heads and keep positivity within the organization, and everyone will be happier for it. Instead of everyone just losing their freaking minds and pointing fingers at each other and saying, you did this, why is this going on? It doesn't help anything. It doesn't help systematize anything, and it just doesn't help. So I'm hoping this drill, and this understanding of better mindsets, because I'm talking through it because sometimes it affects me. So there's days that we just have bad days. I'm not going to sit here and just say, man, every day is just perfect for me. Heck no. There's days that are just, oh gosh, it is not fun. It's not fun at all. But for the most part, I try to keep a positive mindset for what I'm going after and what I'm going forward with. So know that, hey, just because you woke up, it's a good day. It's up to you to decide how good of a day it's going to be. Now, hopefully you guys can take that throughout this week and just go out and dominate and stay positive, keep your gratitude alive, and go out there and show some love and give some service to people. Until next time, adios. You guys have a great week. Bye.
Congratulations on spending a couple of minutes getting a little bit smarter, having some fun, and supporting the Idaho business community. If you're feeling the love, make sure to subscribe, rate, and review on iTunes, Stitcher, or wherever you are.